Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video on Superman and Supergirl. We've got some updates in regards to the new DCU films that James Gunn is currently working on. Also, we have some other comments in regards to Warner Brothers and what's been going on recently. So if you do go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos later this year. So we have a couple of major updates from James Gunn, then we'll get into the Warner Brothers side of things towards the end of the video. So first things first, I want to apologize for the lack of DCU videos lately. There just hasn't been that much going on and I kind of took a break over the last week or so. So if you guys have any DCU theories, any topics you want me to cover, let me know down in the comments below. Also, we are doing a Q&A video. I put up a post on the community tab on my channel, so if you have anything that you want to be featured in a video, like a question or a theory or any kind of topic, please be sure to go over there and comment in my community tab. But for now, let's go ahead and get into today's main topic. So James Gunn commented this in regards to a question that someone asked. They said the last few years, overworked and underpaid VFX artists have been forced to work with very tight deadlines. This has led to understandably bad CGI in a lot of big budget movies. Do you plan on taking a different approach with your DC films? So James Gunn replied this: if you do research, you'll see my films have always taken a different approach, and I've always given my VFX artists, collaborators time to do their jobs properly and the respect that they deserve. And the quality of the VFX in those films is uniformly great because of it, and because my friends at Weta and Framestore and ILM and many more are amazingly talented. So obviously those are all the VFX companies that he works with, and he goes on to say this is why we wrapped Superman a year before release, and why they've been hard at work on many shots for months before that. This is why we started heartily editing during the shoot. It's why I prepare so vigorously and why we only shoot finished screenplays. So let's go into this, let's break this down. So there has been a problem in recent years with Hollywood films basically taking a bad approach where they give tight deadlines to VFX artists who have to literally work magic and create just amazing looking VFX in such a short period of time. It's just literally impossible, and that's why you see like a downturn in VFX, and that's not because of the artists not being able to do their jobs properly, it's because they're not given the time. And anyway, so I really like how James has always approached things, and this is definitely the way that they're going to approach all their DCU projects, which I really like, because if you look at Peacemaker, or if you look at the Suicide Squad recently, or even Guardians of the Galaxy, it's always been great. Like, his CGI is solid, it's better than most projects in Hollywood, and that's because of this different approach. And so I like that he respects them, and I like that he realizes to get the best quality of VFX, you have to do it this way. And so that's why they wrapped filming Superman a year before release, and they didn't really get it to be like super tight. Obviously they could have shot maybe say 6 months later and gone on for a certain amount of months, and they would have still been shooting Superman currently right now as I'm recording this video. But no, they're actually done, and they actually gave shots to the VFX artists months ago to actually start working on them. Obviously it's going to be helpful for trailers that they're going to have these VFX shots already. However, it's really good that you start so early, because he can actually give some feedback, say maybe I want the design of this creature or this character or this effect to look a little bit different, and there can be that healthy back and forth, and obviously they are going to be able to do their jobs properly. I'm talking about the VFX artists here, and so that's also why, as he says, he edits during shooting, and it was very important that he had to prepare vigorously and shoot with the finished screenplays. That's something that he's been emphasizing a lot, and he's even said with his other DCU projects, he is not getting directors on until they've got finished screenplays that are done and ready to start shooting. And that's not the same for all Hollywood productions and all films, because they normally hire someone, say they hire a director early on and maybe the screenplay's not done and they don't know when they're going to start shooting. They start to get some crew together, but it never comes to fruition that quick. However, with this, his approach means the DCU films, the DCU TV shows, the animated projects, they're all going to have finished screenplays, then the director comes in, and then you have the other members coming in, and they're going to approach everything in a similar way. And he goes on to emphasize that, and Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, which I'm not directing, is being handled the same way. He says, I can't praise the VFX artists that help us create magic enough. So I love that he's emphasized it's not just Superman, it's not just the projects that I'm directing, it's all the projects I'm overseeing. It's kind of a DC Studios mandate, basically. And so Supergirl is going to be handled in the same way. There will be editing as they shoot Supergirl, which was recently rumored by Daniel RPK, who is a scooper online, that Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow is going to be delayed and they're going to start filming sometime in the new year, so January 2025. That's not a surprise, as it would give Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow a similar timeline to Superman in terms of when they're going to be finished and how long they have on VFX. So it makes sense because Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow is not supposed to come out till the summer after Superman. But they'll be handling this project in the same way and respecting the VFX artists like they're supposed to be respected. And so James just went on and commented on a bunch of people's comments. This is on Threads, by the way. And I've got something else to talk about now, which is on topic because it's still James Gunn talking about Superman, and he replies to someone on Threads saying, would you also say that you're 98% done with Superman? This is a question from someone on Threads. James replied, heck no, once you're done shooting, you've only just begun, still lots of editing, VFX, sound and scoring to be done. And then someone else asked, reshoots can also add a lot of time too. James replied, I don't know, I've done a total 1 day of reshoots on my past 2 films combined. And so that is his approach to filming, and I love that because, you know, Hollywood is all about reshoots. They're like, okay, we're gonna do this, and if we don't get it, we're gonna do it in reshoots. And you've seen the mess that DC had in the past with Justice League and them doing numerous days of reshooting and just completely changing the whole film. Like, it's got such a bad reputation. And so for someone like James to be so confident in terms of the writing that has been done on the screenplay, what they've filmed and what they've made, to not have to do reshoots on a massive film like Superman, or even do half a day reshoots, that's totally acceptable, guys. Like, it is a miracle that in his past 2 films, which I'm presuming is Guardians and the Suicide Squad that he's referring to, a total of 1 day between those 2 films, 2 massive films at that, is just absolutely insane. So yeah, I really like that James has pointed this out, and I know that lots of people are expecting reshoots. However, I would not expect that now that Superman's done. Potentially they go to the studio, they do some, you know, ADR, some voiceover, some stuff that they need to do with the sound. But in terms of gathering the crew back together, reshooting some scenes, I don't think that's going to happen because he is so certain on his films, and I love that. But just quickly to go back to James's first point in regards to them not being near to done, despite them finishing early, that's just to give themselves time, as we discussed with the VFX, but they're still editing, they're doing sound, and scoring is still to be done, so there's lots more to do for Superman. So that doesn't mean you can't get any trailers, you can't get any promotion in the meantime. They've done a lot of it, but still they've got a lot to go. So to end this video, let's quickly discuss Warner Brothers, because their stock has dipped big in the last quarter, which is not a good sign for DC. This is not a good sign for Warner Brothers, despite having massive films last year like Barbie and like June Part 2 recently, and Wonka did really well. So they have lots of problems in terms of trying to make money, and you know, the stock market just doesn't like Warner Brothers, and they are putting pressure on Zaslav and his team to right the ship, not, you know, go the wrong way, which they're currently going the wrong way because things just haven't really been working out for Warner Brothers. However, they are trying to refocus things, they're trying to get their streaming service in order and turn a profit, and they've moved shows like The Penguin and the new Dune show to HBO to try and correct things, but they'll also show those shows on HBO Max. And so basically the reason that I bring this up is I think in terms of DC, Warner Brothers are really going to be banking on Superman to do well. And so this is what they said in the Wrap article that I'm just reading off of. Long-term, Warner Brothers is hoping that 2025 will bring a revival to its crown jewel IP, DC, with the reboot of the DC cinematic universe through James Gunn's Superman. So they're really banking on James Gunn delivering with that film, which I know he's going to do, but also they're really hoping that DC can turn a profit and do really good for Warner Brothers in general. So they're going to be bringing new DC TV shows to Max, to HBO, with Lanterns coming out and also Peacemaker Season 2 eventually coming out. So hopefully that will help turn things around in terms of how things are looking. And then in the movie side, obviously you got the DCU and Superman kicking things off. Then you got Supergirl next year, and then various other projects that are coming after, like Teen Titans that was recently announced. And so there is a lot to look forward to, and I think Warner Brothers is right in hoping that it's going to do well. However, they can't accept that this is their only thing that's going to do them well, because there's only so many projects DC can produce in a single year. So you need films like Furiosa to actually perform well, which it didn't do well at the box office, but you need it to be more like, say, a Dune or a Barbie, because that was just like a massive smash hit. So that pretty much does it for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. It's been a video of two sides, obviously just discussing Warner Brothers, but it's still related to what James Gunn is building with Superman and the DCU. And hopefully you guys got some valuable insights into how James Gunn operates and how Superman and Supergirl are going to be run and have been run by the people at DC Studios. But for now, if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment, and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. And for now, you can click on the top right corner of the screen to watch my latest video, and I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.